Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is G. You're watching Allastrology. This is the week of December 22nd and the following 7 days. Capricorn season is underway, and we have a nice kite in the chart. You see a T square, and then, of course, for those who celebrate, whether it's Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever the holidays are, since there are so many different holidays to honor. We're starting off with a big stellium right here at 27 degrees. The galactic center is at 27, a point of need. This is considered to be the point of creation. This is using the astronomy, the astrology. This is understanding the galaxies and the systems and out there. The point of creation for the galaxy that we live in. Okay? That's one way to put it. And so it's kind of like this giant Hoover up in the sky, I call it, like a big, gigantic black hole. And so with that, typically when you connect that to think Jupiter and think how Jupiter can expand upon something. So it takes that energy of it's like a giant magnet. I said Hoover, and it can suck things in type, that's just what the black hole does. So we've got partnerships, possibly marriage partnerships. So these could be spiritual partnerships. These can be public figures, politicians. You've got Juno, feminine energy, partnerships, 27 degrees with Venus, partnerships. Juno is a female. So is Venus. So there's some strong feminine energy together here. Venus is your money, your values, your desires, your desire nature. It is peace and harmony as well, especially in Saggy energy. Venus is more like kumbaya. She's nothing like the Venus in Scorpio. She was kind of ready to go out, put up your dukes. But a Venus in Saggy is definitely connecting strong to earth energies because Saggy kind of has an affinity with the earth. And the 27 degrees is the mind degree. The mind degree. It's another Mercury degree. Right. There's a few of them. So at least on this day to start the week off, it might feel on the optimistic, hopeful side and thoughts about the future. And so we're courageous, but very confident with Venus and Mercury in Saggy. Now that's going to change. Venus is here at 27, and then she's going to get to 29 degrees. We are feeling that extreme sort of a crisis point, 29 degrees, and also known as the billionaire degree, with values, and something with the judicial system and the court cases, something with our beliefs, the beliefs about our future and money and values and likely feminine energy. So it could be public figures, prominent people. We think Jupiter energy, right? Statesmen, politicians, presidential energy globally, right? And we think the billionaire degree and even a celebrity on this Monday. We have this Arabic lot, a celebrity at 29 degrees. So I would expect this Monday there'd be things in the news for sure. Corporations, big business, long-term financial material goals, right? The end game. This is the GOAT energy, the boss energy, this CEO type of stuff. This is very serious energy. We've got Mars and the sun here, matter of fact. Okay, so we're taking actions, serious actions. Mars is very disciplined and very strong in Cappy energy. I like Mars mixed with Cappy because it's not a foolish Mars. It's a Mars that's taking direct orders. It's not running off doing its own nilly-willy thing. It's very serious, and that's the only thing about all this Capricorn as we begin the Capricorn season is things usually feel heavier. So we have a lot of the Saggy stuff at the beginning of the week to help us balance. Oh, Taffy's in the room, by the way. She's right here. She's laying down and she's insisting I give her that rub. So I am. With all of that said, the Mercury's going to travel through. Mercury's going to end the week off around 21 degrees. Okay, so keep the 21 degrees in mind. That's a Jupiter degree. That's going to be important. So that'll come like Sunday, Monday. That'll be important. Jupiter and Mercury, right? Court cases, right? Judgments, judges in general. But usually something, it could be travel, of course. And, there could be, of course, delays and stuff like that just because it's the season. But as we go through this energy for the rest of this week, we're going to take a look at the Venus now. Like I said, she goes to her critical degree on the 23rd, which means the next day, Wednesday, Thursday, she has now entered the Sirius energy of Capricorn. Earth energy, it's focused on the long-term material, tangible goals. The goals, the sticks and the bricks. Like, I own this and you can see it. I can hold it. This is what I worked for. This is what I worked towards. This is what I had been building. You know, people who are builders have a lot of Capricorn energy. Sometimes they could just be constantly playing with building blocks even. Remember what were those things with the logs? What were those called? Lincoln logs or some shit? Total Capricorn thing. Totally, totally, totally. So with that said, the energy, again, more serious minded, and Venus, my money and my desires, turning to the Capricorn season. She's smart. This is a smart Venus. She doesn't spend frivolously. What's interesting about this is that means that this Venus, we're talking like the last minute shoppers, Christmas Eve, Jupiter, riding at 22 degrees to start off this week. Cancer energy, the public, home, and family. And it connects. It connects the past with the future. It connects the details and the emotions and the gut and the instinctual stuff with the kind of saggy, kind of sage, kind of, I can see into the future kind of connections. It connects those individual bits, and it's supported by the past and the present and the future. So what the hell does that mean? For some, it could be a huge aha. The realization that when it comes to your family, your tribe, your community, there is a bigger tribe, a bigger community, and that is the people who kind of align with you energetically, but the people who also align with you economically, the people who might align with you spiritually, right? And so it's understanding to this acceptance and surrender type of energy that the Jupiter can bring to us. And we had a whole lot of strong stuff with that back in November. So with this 22 serious, by the way, very serious Saturn Capricorn energy, very serious 22, we go to the Jupiter degree at 21. So it's Jupiter at a Jupiter degree. That's what that means. With the public, with the emotions, with family, with the feelings and the connections of the past and the future. This can be your optimism and your hope and the 21 degrees. It can increase emotions and increase optimism. It can do that and bring on some more of a unifying emotional connection. Unifying. Remember, the wisdom would be silence. Silence, the big sister of wisdom, is silence. So it's using that silence strategically. There is a moment to be silent and there is a moment to speak. And using those moments of silence to prepare for the moments of speak. Because when the moment of speak comes around, when the moment of releasing my knowledge and my truth and my information, Jupiter, publishing, Jupiter, when that time comes, that it come out and be very wise, be something that can inspire others and that can help more than just self. We look at this chart and we see a big kite in it. At the pinnacle of this kite is Jupiter and Uranus. There is a midpoint, the top of the kite. And what's the importance of the top of the kite? The importance of the top of the kite is where all of the kite's energy flows out of. These points on this kite all flow up and naturally through here without any effort. The top of the kite is where all the points in this configuration flow effortlessly. And what would that mean? That's an increase of doing something different. And it's in Gemini: business, sales, online, e-commerce, neighbors, community networking, negotiations. Now you can hear Taffy because now she's saying she has to leave. So this is an increase of doing something outside of the box, maybe even a bit rebellious. Absolutely. And Jupiter's where the increase is added to it because it adds to things. So it's that combination of these two. This is where they meet up. This is their midpoint. The energy for the week in general looks like it can be something quite unique about it, something very different, possibly something a little on the rebellious side, especially when we have a smart Venus, a Venus who is a little bit more conservative here, actually, because she's thinking long term. She's got a plan, she's got a goal, right? And along with the wounds and the hurts and my right to exist and the Chiron energy, and that Chiron being squared, if you look closely, being squared by Jupiter right at the beginning of the week. But then Jupiter does start to pull off. But what that means is it feels wounded. It's a Jupiter squaring it. So it can increase the history and the knowledge and the past. It can increase the ability to heal even, but it doesn't come without the knowledge of the wounds that are there and the ability and the right to exist and have my freedoms.